I think what we need to do. I agree that Jackson Lake Road is not part of the Tier 1 splosh because it was not one of the 10 roads put on there. But I say the road needs something done to it. We have to go out and contract it out to have some legitimate contractor go in and cut out and pay the worst part of it and do that. But we need to do something. In the meantime, we need to be exploring the option of getting the road paved because it is a road. And I've said it over. We got Gooseberry Road falling apart. We got Fulton Phillip Road falling apart. We've got Clay Road falling apart. I mean, we've got Rock Eagle Road falling apart. We got several roads that are just falling apart. And we've got to set some priority here, what we can do and how can we do it with the limited resource that we have. So we've just got to think things through, and we got to start to say that we got to stop all the bickering among ourselves. We're not going to never get anything done.
I have one more thing. It's interesting that they brought up about long-term debt because I spoke with the Butts County Commissioner today, and they made their splosh debt just like we did when we built this courthouse. We got a bond and we had the debt and we had to pay so much back. They're falling. Butts County is falling between $75,000 and $100,000 a month short on paying their debt. So we're going to get ourselves into a situation just like Butts County and just like the people that are losing their homes. You can only finance what you can pay.
And Mr. Chairman, I'm just going to say this honestly from my heart. You know, in my opinion, we as the Board of Commissioners cannot continue to upset the general public because we have about a year and 3 months left with the current spot. And if we don't, time for a change. And if we don't continue to support the general public, then we're not going to get the public supporting squad for another 6-year term if we don't come together here.
No, for darn sure.
Amen.
I agree with that. I think we need to do something on this road. I think with this road has 3,000 cars a day. It's the most heavily traveled county road. And I get calls and emails almost every week about this road. People who've torn up their tires, they've torn up their axles, they've busted the front end of their car. And the only thing I hear is all the reasons we don't want to do it. We need to come together as a board, identify this as a problem, and do it for the good of the county. Just like Rusty Bullard said, you're not going to get any industrial development in this county with those kind of roads. And as Rusty said, and he was right, head of the Economic Development Authority, the lake is where you're going to develop. That's where you're going to develop.
One of the things that we're not going to be able to get support when I just had a gentleman getting on the elevator saying is that he's here because the fact is the rumor out that we're going to assess everybody $50 per parcel to pay Jackson Lake Road. That is not true. Not from my standpoint. I will not support it. So what I'm saying to this board, and I think what we need to do is really reassess the whole situation of our roads in general and say how we're going to upgrade our infrastructure in Jackson County. I mean, we say Jackson Lake Road, but I named off about 6 roads that they're in bad shape too. People in that area, lower end of the county, for some reason or another, they don't complain like the northern end of the county. I mean, for some reason or another, I don't know why. But,
oh, I want to hear a lot of complaints. I represent Southern Area. I hear complaints.
But we got roads all over this county in bad shape. So.
Well, any more discussion?
My only discussion, Mr. Chairman, is I still haven't heard how we intend to pay for it. Maybe I'll support you, Jack. If I hear how we can pay for it, and I know we can do it, maybe I'll support you on this. But I haven't heard how we're going to pay for it.
We will pay for this the same way we pay for every other infrastructure project in this county, through taxes. If you don't have any taxes, you won't have any infrastructure.
So are you telling me to raise the taxes?
Take care of the taxes.
Are you saying raise the taxes?
I'm saying we can reallocate taxes.
Reallocate what?
From what to what?
We can discuss that in budget meeting.
Oh.
I'll be glad to do it.
You can discuss it
Hey, okay, guys.
until the cows come home. We don't have any money.
This will cost approximately $80,000 a year, and $80,000 a year is something we can immediately find in our budget. That's what it'll cost us,
Weird.
not 1.7 million, it'll cost us $80,000 a year.
$80,000 a year times 20 years doesn't come out to the amount of money you're talking about. How can that happen?
It does come out to that.
Doesn't.
Mr. Chairman, I think this is a good
They
discussion.
come out
We
to
need to discuss
like
this.
6 million. You said 1.8 million.
1.7.
Plus interest.
Okay. Jack, I think we need to look at this in a total different light. We need to we have about 4, 5, 6 roads that we need to look at. Maybe we need to go to Atlanta to the transportation infrastructure thing and talk with DOT and see if we can get all these roads linked together, or some linked together. May not all. Maybe we could do that, and if there's a time frame, do it, how much money we can get before the end of this.
They're accepting loans for this program right now, and they're very specific about what they accept. They accept projects that are having economic development aspects, which Jackson Lake Road does, that have long-term impact on the county, the number of people that it affects, the traffic on the road. The road I live on wouldn't qualify. The road that most of y'all live on won't qualify. 212 qualify with Mary, but most of these roads don't qualify. And if we don't move on this money's gonna be gone. There's only $23 million in loans available, $10 million in grants that we don't qualify for, by the way. I'm the only one that's investigating this, so I'm hearing all this stuff about how we need to do. I already did it. I did it for the board. I did it based on Mayor Patrick's